inside Tropicana Field here in Tampa Bay. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next. And starting on the mound for the Rays, Shane McClanahan. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, a pretty standard 4-pitch mix. Got the fastball, change speeds, 2 breaking balls. You know, all can be really effective if they're coming out of the same arm slot and really staying in that tunnel for a good bit.
And we're underway here in the home opener. There's a strike.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
On the ground. Aranda steps on the bag. 1 out in the top of the first. And now it's Juan Soto. Foul ball there. Here comes the 0-1. Up the middle. And a base hit.
Everything came together for him. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
The lefty, the 1-0.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, you're going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
Inside, just missed.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Man at first, 1 away. That one lifted to left. Simpson settles underneath it. Out number 2. Anthony Santander at the plate.
Anthony Santander.
He swings and fouls one off.
Nope.
McClanahan, 28 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2018. And there's a foul ball. Soto off of first with 2 away. And that is that. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Getting nod in this one, Kevin Gausman. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Well, the key for him usually centers around his ability to command all 4 of his pitches. I mean, he can get by with 3 if one isn't working, but it becomes a little tougher to keep hitters guessing, especially when you start to get through the 2nd and 3rd time through the order. So we'll see how he incorporates all of his stuff into this one.
Runner on the go, pitching for a strike. Throw to second and great jump. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Gausman throws over. Simpson back on a dive. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And there's 1 down. So now with 1 away and a man at second, Junior Caminero getting ready to. Runner takes off, and a foul ball. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Runner goes again. Got him swinging. Hung up in a rundown now. They put the tag on him, and that's a double play to end the inning. all set for the start of the inning. And now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto.
Okamoto.
Check swing, and he went. It's 0-1. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. And there's one away.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Miles Straw stands in now, looks at that one inside. Foul ball. One now. And a big swing and a miss. Up the middle, Henderson on the run, throw to first.
He's out.
And very nicely done for the out.
Batting seventh.
2 outs, base is empty. So up next for Toronto, Alejandro Kirk. That one hammered, but pulled foul.
Well, that's where you want to be right there. All over that first pitch fastball. Just a little too much hook on it. Straighten that thing out. You get to jog around the bases.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Really nice job of two-strike hitting in that at bat. Fastball off the plate a little bit, but a really nice job of going with it. Punched it to the opposite field for that knock.
Leo Jimenez in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. In the air, left field. Simpson on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. We head to the bottom of the second, and stepping in for the Rays, Gunnar Henderson. Tap foul at the plate. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a ground ball. Guerrero takes it himself. Leadoff man retired here in the second. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Jonathan Aranda.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Right through there for a strike. This one in the air, center field. 2 away. So up next, Brendan Donovan. And that misses. And it's 1-0. Short hop liner, handled it short. Fires over to Guerrero. That's the 3rd out. New inning getting started. And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement.
No, inside. Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
And that one's a little bit low. And it's 3-2. Stays alive. And a payoff pitch. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Battling here as he fouls it away. On the ground to the left. Fair ball. And after grinding through that at bat, he gets the best of him.
Man, that was a pretty good battle to play, and I'll tell you, it feels pretty good as a hitter when you grind out a hit like that. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes though.
Henderson, off balance speed. There's one to first. Double play. Nicely done. Here's Juan Soto. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up. Swings through that one. 0-1.
Now, this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
And that's through there for a strike. 0-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Back here at Tropicana Field, and now the catcher for the Rays, Yainer Diaz. Strike two.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
So digging in, Cedric Mullins.
Hey.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Batting ninth.
At the plate, Jake Fraley. Comes up empty.
Ahead 0-2 in the count. Sure, you've got 4 pitches you can work with, but throw something you can command and get this at bat over with as quickly as possible.
Drilled in the air out towards right center. And that will end the inning. On to the fourth. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Ball inside.
High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. And that one hops the wall. In safely with a leadoff double. Go-ahead runs in scoring position.
Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays.
Nope.
Just
That's
missed.
inside.
Fourth inning underway, no score. And that's a fair ball. Vladdy coming around third. He scores and they have the lead. It's an RBI single, 1-0.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
And now the 0-1 in the air to left center. Simpson gets under it. He's got it, and there's one down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Strong in the box now as he looks at ball one. Second plate appearance of the day for him. Check swing called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there. Gone. He sends a rocket to left. and they add to the lead. It's 3-0. One down. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Slings to first in time.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
That one ripped left field. Carrying well. Out of here. A solo shot. It's their second home run of the inning, and they tack on to their lead. It's 4-0. So 2 down. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Slow roller to third. Caminero slings it across. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. Bottom 4 as the Rays come up to hit. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Soto takes it in for the out. And there's one away. At the plate now for the Rays is the DH, Yandy Diaz. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. The Rays down by 4. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Ground ball left side, and foul ball. Got him. Ricky Holiday with the call. 2 down, bases empty. Junior Caminero next to hit for the Rays. Check swing, no appeal. Ball 1. Caminero, 22 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Nice grab on the run. That is the inning. We go to the top of the 5th. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, George Springer. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Well, these Blue Jays, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've heard lots of loud noise coming from their bats in this one, haven't we? I mean, they've logged 6 hits at 90+ exit velocity, and that doesn't happen by accident.
Ball 2.
3-2 now.
That's down.
Swing and a miss. Shane McClanahan the strikeout. Juan Soto next up for the Blue Jays. 1 for 2. This to third. In plenty of time to first. And the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And that'll do it. Back here in Tampa Bay, and stepping in for the Rays, Gunnar Henderson. Right through there for a strike.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Here's the 0-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Ball in.
Fights it off. He'll see another. And a ball and 2 strikes. That one to first. And that's a fair ball. And they have their first hit since the first inning.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. There's something about pulling one down the line and shooting it through the infield that's just so satisfying as a hitter. It's just fun turning on a pitch like he did right there. Well, these Rays just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
1 out, man at first. Here's the second baseman, Brendan Donovan. He's 0 for 1. In the dirt. Oh, 1 down. Runner on the go. Pitch is low. Throw to second, and he's safe. Gausman throws over. Henderson back in on a dive. One out, the runner at second. Last half of inning number 5. Line drive, that's a base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Yainer Diaz. And it's fouled away. That one fouled off. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7. Now up for Tampa Bay, Cedric Mullins. His first at bat was a strikeout. And that one fouled off. Henderson, the runner at third. Donovan on at first with 2 down. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today. Back now in Tampa Bay. Top 6. Well, he's been knocked around pretty on the mound now. Edwin Uceda.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Santander in the box as he fouls off the first pitch.
Ball, that's out.
Swings and misses at the sweeper. Ground ball right side into the outfield, base hit. And a good start to the inning. Kazuma Okamoto next up for the Blue Jays. This one in the air right field. And there's 1 down. One out, man at first. Digging in, Miles Straw. He's already homered here in this one. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Pop foul out of play off to the right. The 0-2.
That's a ball. Ball
He's
inside.
just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Way high with that one. Full count now. Henderson whips it to first on the run.
Got him.
And it beats him. What a play. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. On the ground to third, Caminero. On the run, sends it over to first. It's there, and that's a great play. Back here at Tropicana Field, and stepping in for the Rays, Jake Fraley.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Chandler Simpson now at the plate. And that's a base hit. And that's a one-out single.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. There's always good.
Runner takes off. There's a ball. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Runner on the go again. Pitching for a strike.
No,
to
he's
third.
safe.
One away with a runner at third. Here in the bottom of the sixth. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there. It just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Got him. That's out number 2. Here's the third baseman, Junior Caminero. And first offering is fouled off. Swings through that one for strike 2. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And he keeps putting up the Ks. That's number 11. Back here in Tampa Bay, and now for the Jays, Leo Jimenez. Pinch hitter coming on, Andres Jimenez. And that one fouled off. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the first out. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays.
Ernie Clement.
Swing and a base hit. But they hold him to just a 1-out single. Nice work to get the ball back in quickly. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2. Back to the top of the order. Here's George Springer. Yeah, that's fouled off. This to third. Fires over to first. That takes care of Springer. Set for the last half of the 7th, and stepping in for the Rays, Gunnar Henderson.
This isn't a pitcher that softens up when he starts to show signs.
Now pitching for
Left-hander out of the bullpen, Mason Fluhart. And they
It was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think that's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
late with the swing there. Fluharty measures 6 feet 2 inches, 24 years old. He's one of the few Major League Baseball players born in the state of Delaware. That's his second hit of the day. Man aboard on the leadoff single. And here is Jonathan Aranda.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here. If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on.
Runner on the move. That's in for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close. Can't make contact with the sweeper. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Towards first. Guerrero takes it to the bag, and 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. So it's effectively a sacrifice bunt. The ground out to the right side moves the runner from second to third.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily intend to sacrifice an out like that, but still good situational hitting. They need to find a way to bring him in.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That's strike 1. Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Got him swinging. So up next, Yainer Diaz, known for his rocket arm behind the plate. On the ground to third. Fires over to Guerrero. And that is that. Back now in Tampa Bay. We're at the top of the 8th. Juan Soto digs in now. Outside.
Ball, that's outside.
And that's ball 1. Fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. And he's into second with nobody out.
Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough. Infielders to make any sort of.
Now a new pitcher for the Rays, Kevin Kelly. Stepping in, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Out towards right center field. And there's one down. So now with 1 away and a man at second. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Anthony Santander. Foul ball. 0-1 now.
Inside, ball 1.
Man at second. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. Coming around third is Soto. He will score. Then it's 5-0. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Okamoto in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. Late with the swing there. 1 out, and the runner at second, and we're in the top of the 8th. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And that's through the swing. It's a strikeout. Miles Straw next up for the Blue Jays. He's already homered in this game. So now pitch hitter for the Blue Jays, Dalton Varsho, looking for a 2-out hit with a runner in scoring position. Swings through that one for strike 1. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position.
Ball, that's out.
In the dirt. The count 2-1. Sliced hard but foul.
Well, pitcher's probably thinking he's a little late on that pitch, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed him up, not give him something off speed that he can handle.
In the air, left field, Simpson on the run towards the line. Makes the catch, inning over. On to the bottom of the eighth, and stepping in for the Rays, Cedric Mullins. Here's the 0-2. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. In time to get him, one away in the strikeout. So digging in, Jake Fraley. And first offering is fouled off. To third. Fires over to Guerrero. Two gone. Back to the top of the order now. Chandler Simpson next to hit for the Rays. That one the other way, and it stays fair. Now he'll turn for second. That gets by him. And he'll make it to second base with two gone.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like...
Pitching change here, Tyler Rogers.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is.
He's trying for third.
Oh, that
pitch is low. Throw to third. Save. That wasn't close. And now they get 4 stolen bases in the game for him. Two outs and a runner at third. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. That one lifted to left. And that's the inning. Back here at Tropicana Field, we go to the 9th. Alejandro Kirk getting ready to hit. And first offering is fouled off. Foul ball there. And looks like he wants the signs again as he steps off the rubber. And the 0-2.
Ball.
That's to third, Caminero. Throws across the diamond, and they get the leadoff man in the 9th. Here's Andres Jimenez. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. He swings and fouls one off. The 0-1. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Line drive and foul ball.
Ball.
Good job to fight that one off. Another 1-2. Line drive, base hit. And that's a 1-out single.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
Runner takes off.
8-2.
High throw, and he's safe with a stolen base. Man at second. Fires to first on the run. Nicely done for the out. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Up the middle. Nice grab. Over to first. And they get the out. Back here in Tampa Bay. All set for the bottom of the 9th. Junior Caminero now at the plate. Swings and misses. And the count is 0-2. Got him. Now one away. Gunnar Henderson next to hit for the Rays.
He was the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
Tap foul at the plate. Next offering is fouled back. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Down to the last out for the Rays. 2 down, bases empty. Now the batter now, Jonathan. This one in the air, center field. Varsho has a beat on it, and he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays use 3 pitchers to combine for the shutout. 5-0 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Eres la niña en mis ojos, tú eres todo lo que quiero yo. Pa' calmar la sed, no, mejor ser por su boquita, amor. Las tentaciones así como tú merecen pecados como yo. Ay, si tú quieres, solo dálalo. Tú sabes que no va a decir que no. Ay, tiene la